As the district attorney of Monroe County, I'd like to thank the staff and attorneys for joining me here today for this meeting at 47 South Fitzhugh Street in Rochester. And I begin by asserting what we will not do. We will not take a photograph of ourselves underwater in a pool like Sheriff Todd Baxter did with his 13 employees and posted it to his Facebook page. So that is what we are not doing at the district attorney's office. I know that everyone here at the district attorney's office is thrilled, especially when we prepare to watch our favorite film that reminds us of ourselves, which is Goodfellas. Because we here at the district attorney's office are a bunch of gangsters. Now, I'd like to talk about my friend Chris Chichester at 26 Sanders Farm Drive in Penfield, who has never committed a crime. I don't care about that. Chris goes outside one day, stands right here for 30 seconds, and tells a toothless loser on his tractor that nobody owns this land next to his house. And no one owns this land next to his house, Sheriff Todd Baxter. He's outside for 30 seconds. This is not a crime, and I don't give a damn that that's not a crime. Does not matter to walk out here, stand right here, tell this toothless ZZ Top loser with his beard down to here that no one owns this land because no one's been here for 7 years. No one owns that land, Layla Kumar and Nairaj Shah. So, Chris walks outside, stands here, says no one owns that land, walks back to his house, and 6 fanatics, degenerates, and sociopaths from the Monroe County Sheriff's Office descended on him, and that's the concoction of criminal contempt second. I don't care, as district attorney of Monroe County, that you didn't commit a crime. And Shannon Meyer fell down in your backyard, this pathetic stooge employed by Todd Baxter for $60,000+, and you now know her salary after demanding it for 18 months. I don't care that that's not a crime. How could that possibly be a crime? Because you, Chris, at 55 years old, and in the 33 years since you were honorably discharged as Sergeant in 5 and 2nd Squad, 17 Cavalry, 101st Airborne Division, Air Assault, Fort Campbell, Kentucky, have always known the difference between legal and illegal, right and wrong, truth and justice, truth and injustice. That's not a crime. I don't care. I don't care that my prosecutor didn't talk in court. I'm going to arrive at that momentarily after I talk about harassment second, where you're charged with harassment second, and you haven't harassed anyone. I don't care about that either. I do not care that Todd Baxter's $79,080 a year employee, Andrew Reale, concocted harassment second for you. You go to the now defunct PW Fitness. When you're there, you know when Jim's psychopath Jermaine Benman is there. Bald-headed Jim psychopath Jermaine Benman cannot control himself at the gym. He screams when he uses the weights. He behaves like an animal at the gym, and he's going to summon the animals in the person of Andrew Reale to Monroe County Sheriff's Office to that gym you're in. You're at the back of the gym. You're sitting on the bench press. You're about to begin the third set of 10, and up walks to you Jermaine Benman. Does the name Jermaine Benman sound familiar to you, Jessica Wagner, at the Monroe County District Attorney's Office, because you are as a defense attorney for Jermaine Benman? I don't see your name on payroll for Monroe County District Attorney's Office. Is it an omission or you were no longer employed? I don't know. Because your job, Jessica Wagner, at the District Attorney's Office is to endorse violence in the person of this violent thug, Jermaine Benman. I know exactly what you did, and I've explained it previously on YouTube and email. So, up walks to Chris Chichester, the client for Jessica Wagner at the Monroe County District Attorney's Office. And he goes like that. Chris says, I'll be 30 seconds. Never allows Jim psychopath anywhere to tell him what to do. Jim leans back on the machine. Jermaine Benman stands over him. He punches down. And Chris's head snaps back violently. And you, Chris, as you told your family and friends, you can't be consumed by this, so a little levity helps now and then, that you can take a punch like your Muhammad Ali and Kishasha Zaire against George Foreman in 1974. Muhammad Ali won that fight. He threw out TKO. You're in the middle of a fight, Chris. Permanent fight. Until Todd backs with Sandra Doorley no longer in office. So, Jermaine Benman punches down, your head snaps back, and Jermaine Benman, bald-headed psychopath, begins to walk away, and you did not pursue him and exact vengeance upon him, which is what you should have done. Because when Andrew Reale arrives after a witness calls the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, Andrew Reale does not have you and Jermaine Benman right there in front of you. Tell me what happened. Tell me what happened. You explained it. You go outside. Andrew Reale tells you to sit in the back seat of his Monroe County Sheriff's Office vehicle. And as you, Chris, are looking outside the front window at Andrew Reale talk to Jermaine Benman, you know this is not going to be good for you. Because Andrew Reale knows who you are because of this parking lot next to your house. Andrew Reale is going to put the screws to you with the disgusting concoction. I don't care about what he's going to do. Andrew Reale walks over to the side of the vehicle with this violent thug, Jermaine Benman, and you look to your left, Chris. And Jermaine Benman says to you, I want to press charges against you. And with those 7 vile words, Andrew Reale creates harassment second for you, Chris. And as the district attorney of Monroe County, it does not matter to me that an employee of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office concocted harassment second for you when there is no victim. Because in order to be charged with harassment second, you have to be harassing another human being. There is a victim. There's no victim here whatsoever. Because the only victim can be Jermaine Benman. And as the district attorney of Monroe County, I don't care that you were charged with this vile concoction by an amoral Andrew Reale. So, you, Chris, go to Penfield Town Court. Walk down the hallway. Instead of going left to the library where you used to go see your ex-girlfriend, you walk down the hallway. You don't even know that Penfield Town Court is down at the end of that hallway. You just go to see your ex-girlfriend, Laura, and you go to the left, you go into the library. A court inside a library. As the district attorney of Monroe County, I confess that I've never heard of a court inside a library with John P. Lomenzo Jr. and James P. Mullen Jr. These 2 hacks are in there to abridge the civil and constitutional rights of innocent New Yorkers like you, Chris. I don't care about that. Doesn't matter to me. It's going to happen to you. Doesn't matter to me. You were charged with criminal contempt for being outside for 30 seconds just to tell this toothless ZZ Top loser on his tractor that nobody owns a land. How could that possibly be a crime? Doesn't matter to me that you're charged with harassment second in the back seat of a Monroe County Sheriff Office vehicle by a bankrupt hack. These are 2 concoctions. So, Chris, you go to Penfield Town Court. You stand at the podium without an attorney. You don't need an attorney. You decided, I'm not guilty of a crime. I don't require an attorney. One wasn't even appointed for you by the court, by the district attorney's office. You standing there alone at the podium, and you look to your left at the assistant district attorney of my Monroe County District Attorney's Office. You're waiting for her to talk because you, Chris, decided you're going to interrupt her when she is factually inaccurate or accuses you of a crime. You look to your left like this, and you're looking directly at her, waiting for her to talk. You were waiting for my assistant district attorney to talk and accuse you of a crime and detail a crime. She says nothing. John P. Lomenzo Jr. brings the proceeding to an end. And you go in the back. And there's Andrew Reale waiting for you, Chris. Put your hands behind your back. He knows he charges you with harassment second, sitting in the backseat of his vehicle, and he knows about the day that 6 of Todd Baxter's fanatics, degenerates, sociopaths descended on you after a civilian named Steve Desmond of Broccola Tree in Longcare called them to your residence. Todd Baxter empowered a civilian to deliver his employees to your residence because they met and decided how they're going to get you to come out of the house. Met either in person or met by talking on the phone. They had communication about how to get you to come out of your house. This is what they're doing at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. I don't care about that. Does not matter to me. So you go in the back of Penfield Town Court, expecting to go home, and your dog is in your house. Your shits you adopted from Lollipop Farm Humane Society is in your house because you're expecting to go home and you live alone. So put your hands behind your back. Now you know you're not going home. And then you pull away. Not in resistance to leave. In shock. Because now you know your destination is Monroe County Jail and you've never committed a crime. There's Andrew Reale with the handcuffs. So then you go to your knees. There you are on your knees. In Penfield Town Court as the handcuffs are affixed. I don't care that you, Chris Chichester, were on your knees in Penfield Town Court and that you yelled, "You're violating my rights." And you have not yelled since you were in elementary school. And when you yelled in elementary school, it was on the playground at Wing Street Elementary School in Lake Grove, New York, and it was in happiness, just like the other kids. You have not yelled your entire adult life. But that day, when you were on your knees, Penfield Town Court, knowing you didn't commit a crime, and accepting the descent on your life that's going to be Monroe County Jail, you yelled, "You're violating my rights." I don't care about that. I don't care that this happened to you. You don't have civil and constitutional rights in the Monroe County of Sandra, Doorley, and Todd Baxter. So you deliver to Monroe County Jail. And when you get there, you're told to go to a room, strip naked, take off all your clothes. You're standing in front of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office jailer. And you're waiting for your jumpsuit to be handed to you, and you're naked. And he's not handing you the orange jumpsuit that's in his hand. He's standing there looking at you naked. And then you say to him, "Let me know when you're done staring at my dick." Then he hands you your orange jumpsuit. Put it on, you go to the center of the jail, and you know your dog is in your house. You're a wonderful little guy. And when you adopted your dog at Lollipop Farm Humane Society, you lived in Webster. And you and your ex-girlfriend, Laura, beautiful, perfect Laura, decided to adopt a dog. To give a dog a home nobody wanted. And you thought about how to go about that. So you decided to go to Lollipop Farm. And you and Laura went there and you were interviewed. And it was a perfect day. And this interview was just like a job interview. They're asking your strengths and weaknesses. And we're there and we're real excited. Both of us want to adopt a dog. So they took us to the cages and took you to the cages. Chris, you and Laura. And there's a little Shih Tzu. He's looking right up at you. "Please adopt me." And you and Laura adopted him. They don't just give a dog to anybody, Lollipop. You have to prove that you have the character, the integrity to adopt a dog. So, at the jail, you're in your orange jumpsuit. The dog is in your house. And you go to the center of the jail. And there you see a Monroe County Sheriff's Office employee. And he's at a circular desk. And you tell him what just happened to you and how you arrived at the jail. And this perfect man, who looks like a movie star, who's about 6 feet and a bald head, arranged for someone to go to your house and get your dog. You should have a key taped to the back porch. So this perfect man did this for you. I don't care about any of that, Chris. Does not matter to me. Does not matter to me. I don't care about you never committed a crime. You've been charged with 2 crimes. So, Chris, you're demanding the name of the assistant district attorney who stood in Penfield Town Court and did not talk. Over and over and over, you demanded it. And for example, this is the Freedom of Information law you sent to me on February 11th, 2020. March, April, May, June, July, August. February 11th, 2020. The documentation for the case of Christopher Chichester before John P. Lomenzo Jr. in Penfield Town Court. What is the name of the female prosecutor from the Monroe County District Attorney's Office, Sandra Doorley? What is the name of the female prosecutor from the Monroe County District Attorney's Office, Sandra Doorley? That's me. I'm not going to answer. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. This is a public proceeding where my assistant district attorney did not talk. And you are demanding simple information about a public proceeding, and I'm refusing to provide it. Every appearance in court where my public employees are active has documentation. So there is documentation. Your name, Chris, is at the Monroe County District Attorney's Office, either in a computer file, a paper file, with the name of this assistant district attorney, because it's her case. I don't care that you demanded to know her name. I don't care at all. I don't care that you have civil and constitutional rights, and you never heard Miranda. When they descended on you, being outside to tell this toothless loser nobody owns that land next to your house. They took you to Monroe County Jail, handcuffed you inside the jail, and you couldn't reach the urinal. You didn't hear Miranda. When you're in court and you're on your knees, you didn't hear Miranda. You have never heard Miranda. You have never heard Miranda. This is arguably the most important Supreme Court decision of the 20th century because it protects the rights of every single American. You have never heard Miranda versus Arizona. I don't care that you have never heard Miranda versus Arizona. This is a document that is 4 pages. These are the salaries of everyone at my Monroe County District Attorney's Office. For 18 months, you've been demanding this document here, and I've refused. That's because of the 15 names on here of the individuals making $100,000 or more. So if I decide to run for re-election, you, Chris Chichester, are going to come to my events with this document and ask me to explain how I pay 15 people that are lawyers $100,000 or more. This is why you need to be audited, Sandra Doorley, by the New York State Comptroller. And my case is also why you need to be investigated by the United States Attorney for the Western District of New York, James P. Kennedy Jr. Conviction Integrity Unit. I had to create a separate unit in the Monroe County District Attorney's Office because my office is so out of control that innocent people are being delivered to jail. My office is comprised of snakes in suits. So, Chris, I'm going to Wegmans Food Markets later, and I'm going to be passing Sheriff Baxter's one of his whack jobs. Here she is, driving right by Wegmans Food Markets. I mean, what's going on with that? I don't get that at all. They're always up there at Wegmans Food Markets. That makes no sense whatsoever. And Chris, I'd like to talk about one of my employees on the list here. One of the salaries here. This is Assistant District Attorney Joseph Mengele. And you can see that he's deep in thought here. Assistant District Attorney Joseph Mengele. because he's under a lot of stress and pressure, just like Assistant District Attorney Jason. So we got a lot going on here at the District Attorney's office, Chris. And Chris, here's Todd Baxter on June 15, 2019. You're demanding 50 plus times public employee payroll refused. The sheriff of Monroe County, Chris, is afraid to open his mail from you, and he's not the only one. You walked through the parking lot one day for the 4,000th time. 4,000 times you walked through that parking lot. Just like your neighbors. Elliot Roth, this Business Consumer Insights of 2025 Penn Roll, he says to you, you are going to be arrested, and you look at him in astonishment like he's the Grim Reaper. What is this guy talking about? I'm going about my normal day. You've never been arrested. And you're asking him, registered mail return receipt. Elliot, who told you Chris Chichester was going to be arrested? Who, Elliot Roth? At the Monroe County Sheriff's Office told you Chris Chichester is going to be arrested. Because as the district attorney of Monroe County, I don't give a damn about any of that. I don't give a damn that Sheriff Todd Baxter's fanatics, degenerates, and sociopaths are telling you, Elliot Roth, that innocent America is going to be arrested. I don't care about that at the district attorney's office. And Neeraj Shah, you walk through the parking lot one day for the 4,000th time, just like your neighbors, just like 200 people did in the span of 15 minutes after the fireworks at Harris Whalen Park on June 30, 2019. And the 2 hours leading up to the fireworks, they had events at Penfield High School. Penfield High School band students are walking through that parking lot. So there's Neeraj Shah when you walk through the parking lot for the 4,000th time, and he starts to scream at you inside his vehicle, Chris, losing his mind, this guy. And you turn around and approach him and say, what's the problem? He's still screaming at you, this psychopath. So you tell him to fuck off and you give him the finger. And this hurts the precious feelings of Neeraj Shah. And he goes to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office about you walking through the parking lot. And the accusatory instrument from you even says you walk through the parking lot. So the accusatory instrument about you walking through the parking lot is only for you, Chris. It's not for your neighbors. It's not for your friends. It's not for your excellent friend who lives right next to you that's known you for 9 years. It's not for anybody else. You, the only American to be arrested for walking through this parking lot, Chris. You're the only person out of the 1 billion people on planet Earth to be walking through this parking lot. So where's your 14th Amendment right, Chris, the equal protection laws? I don't give a damn about that. Because I've never read the United States Constitution. I don't know. So there he is, screaming at you, losing his mind. So you have to go to Penfield Town Court and appear before John P. Lomenzo Jr., 70 years old. And the document says trespass. How are you trespassing on anything when you're standing on 26 Sanders Farm where you live? So you're in contact with him too at his home address, 4 Forest Grove Court. You've been in contact with him multiple times, and he's refused. And the envelope, here's Elliot Roth again. Elliot's afraid to open his mouth. Not just you upgraded here to the manila envelope, Chris. So you got the manila envelope, and Elliot's afraid to open his mail there and want to know you're demanding multiple information, such as the surveillance device. You put a camera, Todd Baxter, my fanatical, degenerate, party-switching sheriff, put a camera on the building at 2025 Benford Road to concoct the crime because you were on the video. You were on the phone of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office employee standing outside, not committing a crime. So again, here's Elliot Roth again. You're paying money, Chris. Look at the size of this package. Multiple questions for Elliot. Again, Elliot Roth refused. Chris, I'm going to start to think that you're not going to be winning any popularity contests here in Penfield, New York, Monroe County, Rochester. And here's Neeraj Shah again. Right? This is the document that he sends you where he thinks he owns land. Timothy Murphy, the Monroe County Office of Real Property, can't confirm it. This is the la-la land of Neeraj and Layla Kumar Shah. This is what they think proves land ownership. This thing. I'm trying not to laugh, Chris. So here's Neeraj Shah, right? Refuse. Prove you own that land. Look how big that envelope. It's a big envelope, Chris. Refuse Neeraj Shah, this psychopath screaming at you in his car. So, and then you switched it here to either his wife or sister. Because they're shacked up over there, and I'm counting on that this is his sister. All right, his Layla Kumar refused. As John P. Lomenzo Jr. rejected, returned to the Senate. He still doesn't want to open his mail, this 70-year-old hack. Pedophile Protection Act for Daniel Claus III. And this is John P. Lomenzo Jr. again. Now, you can see from the cover that he just wrote refused, and that was it. But he's really going to lose his mind when he gets the next one. I mean, he's totally going to lose it. Because rejected, returned to sender. I mean, look at this here. I mean, this is like Hannibal Lecter wrote on this for you, Chris. I mean, rejected, returned to sender. Look, he went berserk here. John P. Lomenzo Jr. returning this to you, Chris. So anyway, Elliot Roth, we got Elliot Roth. Oh, Michael Radler, the double dipper again. Oh, he's not a double dipper. That's right, Chris. They got Nayraj again, Layla Kumar. So we have Michael Radler, was a Monroe County Sheriff Office employee for 20 years, and my assistant district attorneys, of course, have to work with the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, and we don't know what Michael Radler does. We haven't figured that out at the district attorney's office, and the reason why we haven't figured that out is. And all the salaries at the sheriff's office here, and there are many, many salaries here, 78,000, 96,000, and I'm looking for the entry for Michael Radler, and here it is right here. Here's the entry for Michael Radler, and he's in between Amy Heinz, making $72,545, and Paul V. Chiminelli, making $104,572. So there's Michael Radler on the payroll between these two here. A $104,572 Paul V. Chiminelli. A $100,000 cop. I'm trying not to laugh, Chris, as district attorney of Monroe County, but the ludicrous state of Todd Baxter with his $100,000 cops. And here's the entry right here for the glorious Michael Radler, $0. Michael Radler. What do you do at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office to be paid $0 right here? So anyway, and this is the salaries here, and the official film of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Here it is right here, the gangster film. Right here, this is Goodfellas, because everybody on this list here is a good fella. We need a gangster and a sociopath. And I still don't understand how you can take a picture of employees underwater in a pool. I don't get that. I was thinking, as a district attorney of Monroe County, we're going to have a day for recreation. We're going to set that aside for stress relief for our assistant district attorney, so it can be putting screws to innocent Americans like Chris Chichester. And I think we're going to suit up in our wetsuits, and I'm going to take a picture of ourselves at the district attorney's office. And then we're going to post it on our Facebook page, because that's what Sheriff Baxter did here, with his public employees down here. They got the American flag in the background here. And this is just an incredible example of how to be a sickening, nauseating, disgusting taxpayer-supported public employee when you're taking pictures of yourselves underwater in the pool. And Chris has demanded, if taxpayer dollars were expended to take this photograph of Monroe County Sheriff Office employees underwater in the pool, and he's told that it's training exercise. So, a training exercise. If it's a training exercise, that's not private time. If this is a training exercise, then it's done on the time of a Monroe County Sheriff Office employee. And here are Sheriff Todd Baxter's 13 employees underwater in a pool on taxpayer time. So, and Chris, at the district attorney's office, we're interested in what we can do outside the office with Sheriff Baxter. And what we're going to be doing is, we're going to be hijacking an aircraft carrier with strats. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then we're going to get together, with Bodie, and we're going to rob some banks in Hawaii. So, that's what we're doing here at the district attorney's office, because we're snakes in suits. So now, Chris, I know that you received, that I received, pardon me, this email from you. I'm going to quote this email that you sent to me through my employees at the attorney's office. It's approximately 1,000 words, and I'm just going to quote 2 graphs. The prosecutor at the district attorney's office stood in the disgusting Star Chamber in Penfield Town Court and did not talk. Did not talk. How am I delivered to Monroe County Jail when the prosecutor doesn't talk? That's because 70-year-old John P. Lomenzo Jr. and Andrew Reale decided to go to jail. 2 people. 2 people decided. How did 2 people decide innocent Americans delivered to jail? Why isn't there a panel jury in Penfield Town Court? 12 Americans sent me home. Your district attorney's office had to create a special conviction integrity unit because you're putting the screws to innocent Americans. Why isn't there a panel jury in Penfield Town Court? I don't know. I don't care. As a district attorney of Monroe County, I do not care that a 70-year-old fanatic and the degenerate who concocts harassment second you sent you to Monroe County Jail. I do not care that there is no jury of 12 in Penfield Town Court. And what's going to happen next week, next month, and for the foreseeable future is people are going to be going into Penfield Town Court and then will be delivered to jail or convicted of a crime just because of one person sitting there without a jury. I don't care about that. Does not matter. Chris, adopted your little guy. All you do is walking your dog, your Shih Tzu, named Boom Boom, after former WBA lightweight champion Ray Mancini. People love their dogs. It's an undeniable fact of life. You're supposed to love your dog. Every day, 7 years, 4,000 times, you're walking your little guy. Back window flies open from this repulsive Shaw law firm. This woman is screaming at you. All you're doing is walking your dog. And an hour later, 2 Monroe County Sheriff Office vehicles are here. 2 Monroe County Sheriff Office employed with animal control to seize your dog. Despite the fact you're walking your dog the same way for 7 years, 4,000 times. And Nayraj and Layla Kumar shot. They don't come over to your residence and say, we own that land, here's the documentation, stay off that land. That's not what they do. They believe in using the Monroe County Sheriff's Office to get to you because they are consumed by hatred and malevolence. And I am consumed by hatred and malevolence. So, this list of assistant district attorneys, 15 individuals on here making $100,000 or more include Matthew Schwartz at $117,798. What does my employee Matthew Schwartz do for $117,798? If I am asked, what does Matthew Schwartz do to be paid that type of money? I don't know the answer. Just like I would not know the answer for why Perry Duckles is paid $129,525. A $129,525 a year attorney. How many individuals in the executive chamber of Governor Andrew Cuomo earn $129,525? This is not public service at the Monroe County District Attorney's Office. This is greed. This is American greed at the Monroe County District Attorney's Office. What does Lori Mastrocolo do with the Monroe County District Attorney's Office for $17,746? Can you explain how you pay these public employees their salaries? Can I explain how I pay these public employees these salaries? And the question answers itself, and the answer is no. Because these salaries are bizarre. Michael Beezer, $99,259. How did I arrive at $99,259? Just approximately $800 short of $100,000. So he doesn't make $100,000, perhaps. I don't know. So anyway, now Chris, accusatory instruments for you says you walk through the parking lot. That's how you deliver to Monroe County Jail. There's two of your neighbors right there. Walk through that parking lot. They're not arrested. They walk through this parking lot multiple times a week because you asked them. You, Chris Chichester at 26 Sanders Farm Drive, are the only American. You, Chris Chichester at 26 Sanders Farm Drive, are the only human being on planet Earth to be arrested for walking through this parking lot. So, I'm delighted that I'm going to hear from you relentlessly, Chris. And what you're going to send me soon is, again, and I'm going to ignore it. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to ignore what I'm going to receive from you soon. Quote, this is going to be it. That I received on February 11th. Documentation for the case of Christian Chises for John P. Lomenzo Jr. in Pennington Town Court. What is the name of the female prosecutor, Sandra Doorley? I will refuse to tell you. I refuse to send you the documentation, despite the fact that it's a public proceeding. I'll also refuse to comply with this. Cost of taxpayers of Monroe County District Attorney Sandra Doorley expended taxpayer dollars to settle employment-related discrimination lawsuits failed to comply with Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. What you, Chris, want to know, demand to know, is all my public employees behaving like animals at the Monroe County District Attorney's Office in sexually harassing other public employees. Sexual harassment has 1,000 different definitions. It is the descent on the soul. You demand an answer. Is the answer yes or no? I will refuse to answer. And as I refuse to answer, it is easy to make a conclusion what the answer is. So, yes. Now, Chris, I'm glad you contacted me. And when I hear from you this week, you will be using the instrument called the Freedom of Information Law, and you're demanding information. And I will refuse to comply with the law because I am corrupt to my bone marrow.